This is not medical advice. It is somewhat satirical, but also an expression of the consumption of a horse medicine, Schmeibermem, is on the rise again. Because not only is there a COVID number spike, there is also a surge in measles, mumps, rubella, typhoid. Pick a plague. Pick a plague. We've pretty much got them all. If nothing else, the United States is quickly becoming the ultimate petri dish for the United States, for the world. And once again, TikTok is full of... Now, while it works for horses, the doses don't really work for humans, and whatever veterinarian you're getting your information from is wrong. But also, all it's doing if you don't need it is building up your resistance to it. So on the off chance you ever encounter, like, riverworm, the medication they would give you in a hospital to treat it wouldn't work because you've been for years. I don't know, maybe you like rampant diarrhea. Maybe that's your kink. Fine. There are cheaper ways to do it. In Victorian times, they used to have these radioactive metal pellets you would swallow. It would make you violently ill because, radiation. You would purge. Maybe you want to look into that. You can still find these little tablets. Fun fact, the whole family used to use the same pill. They would just rinse it off and put it back in the medicine cabinet. Think of it like the modern day detoxing. Yeah, scammers been scamming for centuries. But another alarming problem is RFK Jr., the man whose brain goes suggested that vitamin A was a cure-all for the measles. And now in Texas, for kids who are coming down with measles, they're doing blood tests to, make sure the kids are healthy, and they're finding incredibly high rates of vitamin A in their blood system, which, anything in a large enough quantity can do major damage. But that's what happens when you put somebody who knows all about health in charge of health, and they say something like vitamin A fixes everything. Parents who refuse to vaccinate their kids will dope their kids up on dangerous levels of vitamin A, having no idea what the side effects and consequences are. And you'll never guess what one of the major side effects of too much vitamin A is. That's right, violent diarrhea. Also hypertension, liver failure, But mainly, you can't convince me that Republicans don't just like poop in their pants 24/7, because everything they take ends in violent diarrhea. I didn't think I'd ever say this. Please don't take medical advice from the head of Health and Human Services. He knows not what he speaks of. I'm actually going to say this, and it's going to hurt even more. Dr. Oz, supplement pusher, legally investigated supplement pusher, would be a better source of rational information as to how to... Oh my god, that hurts to say. Google Canadian Health and Human Services, Google British Health and Human Services, look up whatever condition you're trying to prevent, and follow their directions, because apparently whatever you're going to find in the US will just lead to violent diarrhea. Is it a fetish? Demons out, but from the down below? What is that? To be clear, measles isn't, scared of vitamin A. But you want to know what stops your kid from getting measles? The MMR shot. One of the moms in Texas who lost a child to measles has other kids at home and has said she's still standing by her decision not to give that poison to her other kids. She had to buy a tiny coffin. And she still thinks vaccines are a scam. It's going to take us decades, generations. Then again, if there were people who used to swallow a piece of radiated metal in order to purge, I guess we're never fully going to get rid of them, but the next medical trend for them be something that turns them, visibly green, blue, like a nice Smurf effect. So at least we could visually identify them. We wouldn't want to make them orange, that would piss off somebody, but, visibly, a color where we could just identify, don't share a spork or a seat with this person. They're probably going to blow their colon up in a second.